Hi, everybody. It's Alex Jarett again with my good friend Robert Gonzalez, and we're here to do another spotlight interview. Hi, Robert. How are you?
I'm doing well, Alex. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. It's great to see you again. I always enjoy our conversations. And for the folks that don't know you, let's introduce you. You're VP of Engineering and you're a product innovation leader, and you're at a company called SugarCRM, correct?
Correct.
I know SugarCRM. I've had a couple people that are partners of SugarCRM, and all I hear is how great that company is and that product. Not only is the company well respected, but the culture that you all have created, it's really awesome, is what I've heard.
Yeah, we have a top class partner ecosystem. We have a wonderful customer base. And we have a great developer community. So in general, there's a lot of pillars to our product line and our offering that is very attractive to a lot of people. And we have a
That's
really good legacy.
That's great. In these interviews, we try and give people sort of a highlight of you. And so when I look at your backgrounds, there were really two areas that sort of jumped out at me. One is that you're head of engineering and you build innovative customer-centric products that deliver measurable value at scale. I read that right. That's one, right?
That's
Yep.
one.
And the second thing that really jumped out at me was, as a way of doing that, you cultivate high trust cultures where people grow and the teams thrive, and you build those ideas that turn into these breakthrough solutions. That's pretty impressive. Did I get that one right too?
You got that one right too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell you, those are two great statements. So why don't we maybe share? Let's start with the first one where you talk about going beyond engineering, building these products that scale. Tell us a little about that. Maybe share a story about that.
So I really enjoy building and engineering at scale. It was something that I wanted when I came to Sugar, and it's something that Sugar has given me and my team the ability to do pretty much every day. As an example, we have a customer that has tested the boundaries of technology as I know it, and has shown me that there are certain limits to technology that we need to be able to work around. So one of the challenges that we've had to face is what happens when you pin the needle, so to speak, on technology, and how do you work around that? That's
Yeah.
one of the challenges that my team has had to face and we've had to work through together under my leadership. For example, we have a customer that has a very large number of users in the six digits, and their use of our product has actually shown us that there are limits to technology that I didn't know existed. So when you have a technology where the needle gets pinned to its boundaries, having to find ways around that and solutions to overcome those limitations is just one example of how we work at scale and solution at scale, yet bring value to the customer through the midst of those challenges.
That's great. And I've talked to other executives that work at scale as well, and I know that is really a big part of the secret sauce is to be able to do that, right? And so the fact that you're here telling me, yeah, we do this regularly, we fix these kinds of things and come up with creative ways to do it. That's key. That's awesome. The other thing that you talk about, watch some of your posts and read your profile, is you talk about the people and the team and leadership. That seems to be very important to you.
That is critical. Having people that I trust is critical to the success of our organization and the company that we all represent. And in order for us to actually bring solutions of value to customers, my team needs to be empowered. And the way that I get to empower them is by developing a culture of trust, both my trust in them and their trust in me as their leader, to be able to bring forward solutions that they push the boundaries. They're sometimes different than we might expect, but in all cases, they bring value to the customer.
Well, that makes sense. So, do you have a story to share of how you can create this high trust environment?
Sure. So we generally operate in a fairly simple framework, which is to first understand what the customer issue is, or what any particular problem that we're trying to solve is. From there, we look at how that problem can be solved in a way that satisfies all of our customers. For example, we had an issue one time, once again, where our customers were pushing the boundaries of technology at scale.
Yeah.
And we had to iterate over a couple of changes, and the people that were working on this, and I was working on this with them, had to make some potentially risky changes, but they brought forward not just the risks, but what we were going to be doing to overcome those risks and still deliver a solution. And that was something that, in order for that to make its way through, I had to trust them enough to be able to do the right thing. And it turned out they were able to not only clearly identify the problem statement, also clearly identify the solution, but put together all of the trust that was necessary in it by way of testing, documentation, and delivery in how we built that solution.
That's great. So not only did they give the offer for the solution, they're willing to do the work and the documentation and everything else in their approach. So you could say, yes, we could trust this. We could trust you. It worked. That's what I'm hearing.
And I was able to pass that same level of trust onto the customer.
Which is really the key when it's all said and done, right? That's a great story. I really like what I see in your posts. You've been posting about leadership. And, one of the things I like about the post is that you are sharing some inspirational advice as well in terms of helping people as they're coming up in their own journey. Maybe you could share a piece of wisdom for someone watching this to sort of help them today.
Sure. If there's one thing that I would promote for anybody is take the chance. We're faced with chances all the time. We're faced with decisions that we get to make. Don't be afraid. Take a look at the opportunity and then seize that opportunity and take the chance.
That's great feedback. I'm going to listen to you today. I'm going to take that advice. So this has been great, Robert. We really appreciate you taking the time to make this spotlight interview with me and share some of your insights and wisdom with our community. Thank you for your time today, Rob. It's been great.
Thank you for having me, Alex. I really appreciate it.